Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be doing something fun. We'll be having our first ever Q&A, and over the past week I've asked for you guys to send in questions via Instagram, so we will be covering those in a while. I will be sharing a little bit about myself, fashion, Hermes, shopping, beauty, and some lifestyle topics as well. Let's go! First question, how old are you and where do you live? Well, I will be turning 29 this August and I currently live in Singapore. Fun fact, I actually left Singapore when I was about 14 years old. So I did a little bit of high school and university in Australia before moving back. What are you currently doing and how did you first start out? So at the moment, I would call myself a creative because I produce content on fashion, beauty, lifestyle, and travel. And I do this all on my Instagram and TikTok. And now I'm branching into YouTube. I first started out on Lookbook where I would upload my daily outfits and how I would style things just for fun. From there, I actually started a blog and I would write about things like fashion and travel. When my audience started picking up, and celebrities like Vanessa Hudgens did a shout out on my blog and lookbook, and I think that's how I gained an international audience. What inspired you to start your YouTube? You know, I've always had this New Year's resolution of, okay, start my YouTube channel this year, but I never actually had the guts to do it because I was always worried about, oh, the background, the lighting, the sound. So I'm taking all of this as my learning experience, and from there, maybe I can get more professional equipment or some help with my YouTube. And also, going back to my first ever video, I unboxed a very rare special crocodile bag that I couldn't find anything about on YouTube or online. That prompted me to also start sharing about my experience with you guys. Are you an introvert or extrovert? Right now, I have to say that I am an introvert because I love staying at home. I have to admit that I don't really trust people easily and I don't like opening up to someone that I just met. When I was much younger, I used to be an extrovert and I really loved making friends and going out to parties. But over the years, I've realized that I've slowed down and I prefer a more calm pace of life. How did you and your husband meet? My husband and I were actually introduced at a close friend's wedding. And the funny thing is that they actually introduced us without any expectations of whether or not we would get along. So it was kind of for fun. But surprisingly, we hit it off. And when I flew back to Australia, he would call me every day. And that's how our love story began. How does it feel to be a good mother? I do like this question because when we were at lunch the other day, someone was asking what are our goals for this year. And I said that I wanted to spend more time with baby Ava and to learn how to be a good mother. And then that person stopped me and he said, you already are a good mother. There is no perfect mother and there is no perfect daughter. And that gave me a lot of encouragement to know that doing my best is already being a good mother. Tell us about your breastfeeding journey. To be honest, I didn't really enjoy the process of breastfeeding. I stopped at around 4 months, but thankfully I have the support of my husband and my mom, and they've never ever pressured me to continue. So that's that. Do you have a helper for Ava? At the moment, we don't have a helper for the house at all. So we have someone that comes in once a week to clean the house. And with Ava, fortunately, I have the help of my mom who flew all the way down from Australia to help me take care of her. Really blessed about that because growing up, it was my grandma taking care of me, and I really appreciated the time, and that's how I grew really close to my grandmother, who is my best friend. How are you getting on being a new mom? Like I've always said to everyone I meet, it's super fulfilling. I never knew that I would enjoy being a mom this much. There's something so endearing about seeing everything from their perspective. Who's the cutest baby to follow? Well, I have to say it would be baby Ava, and you can follow her on @AvaEleanorS on Instagram. Do you buy your own clothes or are they gifted when you post about brands? For the most part, when I'm posting about a particular launch or brand, sometimes the items are sample pieces and they are definitely on loan. So I would style them and then they would have to be returned. With my own closet and daily organic postings, those are my own items and I do buy them because I've always enjoyed collecting beautiful pieces in my life, and I share these with my mom and hopefully I can share them with my daughter if she appreciates dressing up and fashion. Do you enjoy being famous? I'm definitely nowhere near being super famous or recognizable, but I would have to say I really enjoy sharing my life with you guys. When people do come up to me and say that they really like what I'm doing, that really makes me feel appreciated, and I'm always super humbled to hear from you guys. What I do definitely has its perks though, as we do get to see exclusive launches early on. Sometimes we get invited to really nice tastings at lovely restaurants, and we also get to style upcoming pieces that are not even launched in stores yet. So yes, I do enjoy the privileges of what I do. What did you major in at university? I double majored in communications and marketing when I was at university, which is sort of related to what I'm doing now. But I felt that in university, they make you cover heavy topics like globalization. And to be honest, I'm not really a fan of studying, even though I do enjoy reading. Can you show us your whole Hermes collection? I would definitely love to do something like that at some point. And I know I did get questions about my shoe collection, my bag collection, a closet tour. But don't worry, these things are something that I definitely want to share with you guys. I know they do take a lot of time, so I really want to curate what I will be showing you guys so that the video isn't too long. How do I get a Birkin or Kelly? It's so hard to get one. I feel like everyone's experience is always different for luxury, but for me, I would say develop a relationship with someone you can vibe with and buy things that you genuinely like, not just from one section, but from different areas of the Maison, like homeware, ready to wear, shoes, and over time, the team will notice, and I hope you get what you wish for. What is the next Hermes bag on your wish list? I feel like my lucky color for the past few years has been green, so I would really love a green bag. If it's an exotic, that would be even more special. When did you score your first Hermes bag? So this is a fun story. I was in Paris for work with my mom, and we decided to try the Hermes lottery game, where you would input your details. You'll be notified whether or not you received a leather appointment. The next day, when I had a shoot going on, I actually got a notification that we scored a leather appointment. And when we sat down for the leather appointment, she basically asked me about what's on my wish list. And from there, I gave her the sizes that I was looking for, the types of leathers that I like, and a range of colors that I really preferred. After waiting for about 15 to 20 minutes, she comes along with a big orange box and ushers us into a private room. At this point, my mom and I were really excited because at Hermes, you never know what kind of bag chooses you. So when the lady opened it up, it was a Birkin size 30 in Capucine, which is a beautiful red-orange shade. And that is the story of how I got my first Hermes Birkin. What are some of your favorite Hermes products that are non-bags? I really love my Hermes shoes. I've been wearing my boots, Osmuse, Oran sandals for years now. Besides leather goods, they also do really well with ready-to-wear and homeware such as throws and pillows. Most essential styling tip these days. Fit is your friend, and if it doesn't fit, then you probably won't wear it as much. Any tips on how to keep your closet organized? For me, I like to categorize my closet by type, sleeve length, and color. What's your favorite item in your closet? I have to say the one that holds my heart is Ms. Moraletti Crocodile that I sent to the Hermes Spa yesterday because I got foundation or some sort of food oil onto her. Let's hope she comes back safe and sound. Your bags look so perfectly maintained. Do they actually have wear and tear? It's definitely not obvious to other people, but if you look closely, like on the edges of some of my bags, there is color transfer, or when you're just setting the bag onto a surface, for example, there are scratches. With bags, I think if you baby them too much, it kind of loses the point of its wearability. How do you keep your bags from humidity and mold? So in my closet, I actually have dehumidifier rods fitted all around to prevent mold and any moisture buildup. What bag would you recommend to get for each brand for first-time buyers? For Chanel, I would say the classic flap, Coco handle, or Chanel 19. From Dior, definitely a late Dior, and if it floats your boat, 30 Montaigne and the Dior saddle. From Louis Vuitton, the iconic capucines, the petit mal, and the multi-pochette or a side trunk. From Hermes, I've always loved the Birkin or Kelly, Constance, or even a Lindy. Can you share where your feather dress is from? So I do have a lot of questions on this particular feather dress that I wear quite often. It's actually designed by one of my friends who did not end up launching the brand. So I'm sorry that the dress is not for sale. I love that you're open about your faith. How do you balance faith and money? For me personally, I don't feel that money is evil. In fact, when you talk about faith, it's always about love and giving your best to your loved ones. There is no hard rule that with faith you can't enjoy having money. Even when I'm talking about money, it is honest money from hard work. I see it as a blessing from God that I am able to acquire things that I like and also bless the people I love with what they want or even treating them to a nice meal, for example. What are some must have items in your life? Skincare, sunblock, fashion, a well fitted blazer, food, I love seafood and Japanese cuisine, and in general, my iPhone. What are some essential clothes for winter season? I always bring my heat tech from Uniqlo, ski pants, ski suits, fur items such as jackets or gloves or hats, eyewear such as ski goggles or sunglasses, and lots of knits. How can I save up for luxury items? Again, luxury is very personal and it's different for everyone. For me, I would say that I don't really spend on unnecessary items and I only really buy what I like. So I already know, for example, how much I'm willing to spend on a particular item. It is always a good idea to be realistic about what you can or cannot afford, and please do always spend within your means. When I was younger, it helped for me to put away a bit of my savings each month so that I know how long it takes to get there. What is something from your makeup kit that you can't live without? I would have to say concealer because I don't get enough sleep these days. What is your skincare routine? So makeup remover, cleanser, toner, eye cream, moisturizer, and for daytime, sunblock. What is the secret to your skin? Well, for one, I always put sunblock whether or not I'm indoors or outdoors. I drink a lot of water and I try to get as much sleep as possible. At the end of the day, I think that always being positive and happy will make anyone look radiant. What do you have for breakfast every morning? I don't really have a set breakfast each day, so it can be anything from a slice of cake to vegetarian noodles, for example. How do you stay grounded? I like to remind myself to stay appreciative and grateful for the people that I have who love me and for all the things that I have in my life. I feel like practicing gratitude is important and it can be as easy as spending time with my loved ones, taking a walk in the park, or practicing self-care like having a bath or taking your time with your skincare routine. It's always simply about making the most of life and embracing every moment. What is your favorite travel destination and why? I have to say Iceland is my favorite place in the world because it has a mix of fire and ice sceneries, and it's where my husband also proposed to me, so it definitely has a very special place in my heart. What is your love language? A lot of people would think that mine would be gifts, but after doing the test, my top two love languages are actually quality time and acts of service. Although I do appreciate a very thoughtful gift. Any life lessons to share? Never settle for less than what you deserve. Observe how others treat other people and you'll know their heart. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Health is truly wealth. Be grateful and always say I love you to those who matter. And finally, live life at your own pace because no one's comparing. How do you build the confidence to be yourself? You have to commit to knowing who you are, your likes and your dislikes, your morals and your values, who or what you identify as, before you can be completely yourself around others. Always be kind to yourself and assert that you are enough. Relax when you're in a group setting, and if there are any awkward silences, it's always better to let the moment pass. Stay genuine and seek out meaningful connections, and at the end of the day, don't try to be liked. It's always better to be respected for who you are. This was a long video, but I hope you guys liked it anyway. If you'd like to see more, please do subscribe, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye!